Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen, and this week we are doing a live stream commentary on Maniac. I warned you not to go out tonight. My special guest today is going to be Derek from Derek's Horror Corner. So been looking forward to this one for a while. I love Maniac, and it's going to be very interesting to discuss it. And just hold on, guys, and bear with me. I just want to make sure we are live. I went on a few minutes early so I can get out the invite to Derek. I just want to make sure. Okay. All right, so I am live on there, and I can hear myself talk. So we're good, I think. Now I'm going to turn the volume down so I don't hear any reverb or anything. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to send Derek the invite now. I'll post it to his Facebook Messenger. And we can get started in a few minutes. It's a big difference when I only have to send to one person as opposed to a bunch of people. Like when I do the horror hangouts, I got to send to a bunch of people and hope they all tune in and hope they all get logged on and correctly. But we only got one guest today, so oh, we got someone in the chat. We got, how do you say that? Uxux, Uxux. I can't. Uxux. Loud and clear. Holla, amigo. So I guess I'm all right. I do have my mic today, so hopefully you guys can hear me pretty well, So we got a few minutes left. So hopefully Derek got my invite okay, and we can get things going in a few minutes and get ready to watch some Maniac, the 1980 slasher classic starring Joe Spinell and Carolyn Monroe. Directed by, is it William Lustig? LOL, just call me Rick, okay? Okay, Rick. Yeah, I was right. Directed by William Lustig. With, of course, special makeup effects by Tom Savini, the great one. The master of blood and gore in the 1980s. And a little bit of the 70s, too, with Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead. He did the makeup effects for, and some other stuff like Death Dream. I think that was it his first? It was definitely one of his first movies that he did the special makeup effects for. Death Dream, sorry. Which is a really good movie if you guys haven't seen that. Very underrated. It's pretty much a zombie film, but there's only one zombie in the movie, and it's a guy that's come back from the war, and apparently he died in the war, but when he comes back, his family doesn't know that he's actually still dead, but he's walking. He's the Walking Dead. That's an awesome movie. Of course, he can still, he's a zombie, but he can still talk and behave like a regular human being. Not normal, but he goes slowly crazy as time goes by. I think he did Night of the Living Dead. I'm not sure on that. Did he work on the original Night of the Living Dead? Man, from 1968? Has he really been around that long? That's pretty awesome if he did that, too. Obviously, he did do Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead. And oh, yes, I know what you mean. He did Night of the Living Dead, the remake from 1990. I had to think about that. He actually directed that movie, Tom Savini. I know a lot of people love that. I'm surprised at how many people love that remake that Tom Savini made. And what was it, 1990, I believe? I'm starting to see Derek's Horror Corner. Okay, I think I see him now. All right, let's add him. Welcome, Derek's Horror Corner. How's it going?
Hey, what's up? Let's make sure we check my audio and stuff first because I've been having issues. My computer's been running good today, so I should be okay.
Can't seem to hear you.
Uh-oh. So you can't hear anything that I'm saying at all?
Can you hear yourself if you watch it on YouTube? Like,
Hold on.
guys out there in the chat, can you hear Derek? I can't seem to hear him. Guys out there in the chat, can you hear Derek? I can't seem to
So
hear
I'm
him.
gonna say something, see if I can hear myself on YouTube.
I can see you fine.
So I'm gonna say something, see if I can hear myself.
Yeah, I was just gonna try that. Let's see if I can hear you when I actually watch this. Try talking a little bit.
Can you hear me now? It might be on your computer or something. Can you hear me now? It might be on your computer or something.
Maybe it is. That's strange. I guess it's my technical difficulty. Shoot. Hmm.
So can you still not hear me? Oh, now it's starting to lag up.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna try it without the mic. I gotta figure out how to use that damn thing. All right, Derek said he'll be back in a few minutes. Sorry, guys. Can you hear me all right without the mic? All right, I heard myself on that, so you must hear me. Yeah, I'm just gonna try it without it. Screw it. Technical difficulties, you know how it goes. I guess I should have went on a little bit earlier than I planned. But at any rate, guys, welcome to the Horror Corner. We're going to be doing a live stream commentary today for Maniac. Sounds good here, says Drum Smash 88. Yeah. I'll just have to try it again sometime with the mic. This is not the time, I guess. So weird. Or maybe I have to hit something on the mic itself. I don't know. I just spent like $100 on that thing. Damn it. I wish I was better at technical equipment. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Derek. I could hear you too on YouTube when I watched the video. So I think it was something to do with my microphone that I have. But I unplugged it, so I'm just gonna talk normally into the computer, I guess. It should be all right. I mean, it's just the two of us, so I bought the microphone just because when I'm on the stream with several people, I seem to end up getting drowned out. But if it's just me and you, I would think it would be all right. Derek said he'll be back shortly. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's my fault. I thought I could use my new mic and debut on a live stream with the because I tried it the other night when I was just myself and it worked good, you know. But it doesn't make any sense that or maybe I have to wear a headphone, you know, like the horror Myers and Monty G does. I didn't even think of that. Maybe I have to hook up a headphone. I know when some people do live streams, they do that. They talk into the mic and they wear a microphone. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. I could try that. Have to grab a set of headphones. Then maybe that way I would hear them. Drum Smash 88 says, love the original, but the remake is one of the best horror movies made of 2012. And remakes made in general. Yeah, I agree with that to a certain point, yeah. I do think it is one of the best horror remakes, the 2012 remake of Maniac with Elijah Wood. For sure. Derek says remake is amazing. Top 3 remakes of all time. Yeah, I can't deny that. It's a really solid remake, but I still like the original the best. What's up, Trash Stash? I just was watching your video earlier, Trash Stash, the top 20 slashers of the 1980s. I know a lot of that's been going around a lot. The horror man came up with that. Horror man and Horrific Nightmares JM. I guess have their monthly thing where they pick a category of doing a top 20, and then everybody else does that. You know? And this month was 1980s slashers, which is The ultimate category for the horror, man. Yeah, Derek says I've been loving watching everyone's top 20. Are you gonna do one? I actually did my top 25 before they did all that. A couple weeks before they did that. So check that out, guys, if you want to know what my picks are for the top 25 1980s slasher films, and you better freaking believe that this is on there. No top 25 or top 50 slashers of the 80s would be complete without Maniac. It just can't be. I'll do. Oh, that's right. He did do a top 5 a couple weeks ago. I'll do 5 more if that's what people vote on next week, says Derek. Well, cool. Be interesting to see that. Trash Stash says, I saw your video too. You got tons of great choices. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I thought about that like over and over again in my head, Because it's tough, there's so many good 80s slashers, I mean, 1980s is the ultimate time for slasher movies, Never been a bigger time for slasher movies, and I don't think there ever will be. Looking forward to digging into this one, guys. I'm sitting here listening to the the menu on the DVD. So he's like it's that scene where he's talking to himself, Well, there's a few scenes where he's talking to himself, but I guess he's talking to his mother in his mind. He looks at the picture of his mother in the movie. It's similar to Psycho, in a way. It's certainly got some influence from the original Psycho from 1960, Alfred Hitchcock. Drum Smash says the original is so in depth with the mind of a serial killer. It's such a great film. Absolutely. The New York Ripper is a great one. Oh, yeah. I have that one. Ah. I love the New York Ripper. This movie is kind of like that in some ways, but I think Maniac, I'd have to say Maniac is a better made movie, like with good acting, can't really say the same for the New York Ripper when it comes to gore effects and practical effects. So, oh yeah. Derek's about to come back. Good. Let's get this party started. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Drum Smash says he loves Psycho. Me too. I mean, who doesn't love Psycho? I mean, it's an absolutely phenomenal movie. All right, I think we got Derek coming back here. So, all right, let's see how we do. What's up, man? Back.
Okay, so I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me just fine?
Yep. I can hear you now.
Okay. If you got YouTube going, you might want to turn it down. I'm kind of hearing an echo.
All right.
Hold up, but I have it on my phone on mute, so I can see everybody's comment.
Yeah. You see it, the comments from the stream, y'all. Which is a nice
I got it ready to go.
All right. Say when. Should I get ready to hit play?
Go.
Synchronize.
This is going to be so much fun because I saw this one for the first time. I think it was last year, and I think this is my third or all. And this for me every time. I love this movie so much. So, like, when did you see it for the first time, and how many times have you seen it?
I don't know, because I even saw this back when I was a kid, you know, and I'm 43 now, so I've seen it a bunch of times. It's like Friday 13th for me almost.
Yeah, and it gives you a really good kill right off. It's not my favorite kill in the movie, but like when the guy I think gets his throat slit or whatever in a minute, it's a really good kill, like just to start the
Oh
movie
yeah,
out. I'm pretty sure that's how the first guy dies.
on the beach, right? The couple on the beach.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's really creepy.
And that's also cool because like the opening's on a beach. You don't get too many beach settings in horror movies if it's not a shark movie. I
I
can't think
know.
of too many. So that's kind of cool. I always think whenever I see a beach thing, I always think of the original Creep Show. You know that one story with what's his name?
Leslie Nielsen.
Yes, yes.
I love that one.
And I think the mutilator's on the beach a little bit, but like I think it's dark and you can't see a lot. I haven't watched the mutilator but one time, so I don't remember it super well.
It's definitely a movie that I would only watch for the gore and the kills.
Yeah, that's about all that one has to offer for me. I think I watched it. I graded it like a C plus or something. So that's kind of like I haven't bought it yet. I don't know if I'll get it for my collection. But this one has more than just the kills to
Exactly.
offer. Oh, he gets the wire around his neck, but then his
Here we
throat.
go.
Oh my god, that's so good. Oh my god.
Oh,
Like
nasty.
one thing I love about this one, and I'm sure you would agree, is that I love how like it lingers on the kills. Cause like in a lot of movies, like they get stabbed or their throat gets cut and it's like 1 second and it's over. But like, you know, like to do what he does, it would take that someone longer to die from that in real life. So I like how like it lingers on all the kills and all the effects last a long time. The Prowler's another good one about that too. Like
Yeah.
the Prowler really makes the kills last a long time, and you don't see that. I can't think of too many movies that like they really make the kills drag out for a long time. I guess that's for the MPAA started getting a hold of everything.
Here goes the other guy. I like how he lifts him up in the air. He's strangling him so hard, and he lifts him up off the ground. Like, damn, cat.
Yes, and then it lasts a long time too. Like that guy struggles for a while. Like it's
Yeah.
bloody and it takes him probably 20 seconds to kill him. Like I love how long and drawn out the kills are.
Here we are now, getting inside his head in the apartment of the maniac.
See, what I think is kind of brilliant about this one, and I'm gonna kind of draw some comparisons to the remake here, is the remake is cool, but it's in first person the whole time. In this movie, I like how you see him from like third person. You get to see him go about like his day to day
Yeah.
routine. It's like a day in the life of a serial killer, and it's just it's
Yeah.
so creepy. And you don't hardly ever get to see any movies from like the killer's perspective like this. I think this one, and then I know off the top of my head, Silent Night, Deadly Night, the first one, kind of with Billy, is kind of like that too. But I can't think of too many other ones. Do you know any other movies that are like the killer is the main character and the movie watches him like the whole time?
No, I honestly can't.
I just think that's so cool. Like, I want to find more movies like that. If anybody in the comments section knows any others, give us some other movies where like the killer's the main focus of the story the whole time.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And, special makeup effects by Tom Savini.
He has so many good makeup effects in so many movies.
I know.
That'd be a top 5 one day. Top 5 movies with Savini effects. It'd be hard to pick is what he does. This one, Friday 1 and 4. Then he does The Prowler is him too, isn't it? Right.
Right. The Burning.
Burning. And what else? He has some other ones too, I want to say.
Of course.
Some other movies.
Of course, Dawn of the Dead. Day of the Dead.
Yep. He's just such a master. I love how like he puts himself in this movie. And I don't think his acting is too terrible. Like I think his acting is solid, even though he's only in the movie a couple minutes.
Yeah, he's not too bad. I like how he has this shrine to his mother with the candles laid out and
Yeah, and you get a little bit of the subtext in this one where the remake's good because the remake fills in a little bit more of his backstory, I think, than this movie does.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because they don't say too much in this one. The main thing is when he had his shirt off earlier, you saw like he has those scars, and then he thinks that one girl's his mom later when he's killing her on the bed, like later in the movie. But they don't give too much of the subtext. The remake has some really messed up flashbacks with like his mom, like the things that poor kid saw. Like no wonder he was messed up.
Oh yeah, there you go. The trash stash says Texas Chainsaw 2. I forgot about that.
Psycho 2 is an amazing movie. Somebody listed that one down there. I love Psycho 2, where the knife goes through through Lila Loomis's mouth and out the back. Yeah. Oh my god, I love that kill.
That's got to be the most underrated like horror movie. Like I swear. Is the prostitutes. They're in the wrong place.
What she says she needed that last trick to pay her rent. Too bad.
Yeah. She needs one more trick to make her. You picked the wrong guy.
One thing I do kind of like too is that I kind of feel bad for the people that he kills, which is good because like they don't just make all the characters like stereotypical jerks in this movie, you know, like most of the characters are likable. So like you're like, man, this guy is just a psycho. Like he's killing all these people who don't really deserve it, especially that last girl he kills, the one that was in the bathtub and stuff. Like, he kills a lot of people who don't deserve it.
And they feel like real people, you know?
Yes. Like that's the thing that like today's movies are missing is the acting just feels like genuine, like real people in the 80s. That's why I love 80s movies so much.
Yeah. And they're not like over the top caricatures like in the Rob Zombie movie or something.
Yeah, or I mean, even in a lot of other, like you get up in the later Friday 13th movies, like Friday 7 or Friday 8, and the characters just become like caricatures.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what the weird thing is? I just thought of this. That prostitute sort of looks like Adrian from the Rocky movies a little bit, like with longer hair. Like that's weird.
Well, guess who's in
Adrian?
In Rocky? He's Rocky.
And then, ironically, he's the loan shark in Rocky 1 and Rocky 2.
Right.
I never look at those movies the same ever since I saw this movie because I saw Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 like 100 times before I saw this movie, but I never look at him the same when I go back and watch Rocky and Rocky 2 after seeing this movie. Like, this is his quintessential role for me.
Absolutely, yeah. He's even in Taxi Driver too. Like he's the guy that runs the taxi cab place.
Trash had a funny comment in the comment section. So Trash said, "Mr. Gazzo collects from Adrian." That's funny.
Nice. This one here always gets me too because it's really prolonged when he strangles her.
Yeah, like normally I hate strangulations in movies so much because like you strangle them 2 seconds and then they're dead, but like that's not how it would really be. And then he just like strangles her for the longest time, and it's
Yeah,
hard to watch, but like it's really cool to watch at the same time. You
it's
know?
really effective. It really is. And you didn't really need effects for that. He just uses acting.
And that look he has on his face, which I believe was the thumbnail I made for the live stream this week, where he's got
Yeah.
that crazy look on his face when he's choking her.
Now that's a psycho. I like how he's like, pose for me. She starts posing for him and stuff.
And then he's like, "Don't take your top off." Like that's
Yeah.
a rarity. No, no,
Like,
no, leave your top on. She
that's
should have
kind of
known
a
there was
red.
something wrong right at that time. She's
Is
like,
that
"Leave your
kind of
top on."
a
Oh, I'm out of here.
is that
This
a red
guy's weird.
flag right there? That's a red flag.
Should be a red flag.
Like, why doesn't he want to take the clothes off?
And it's crazy, like how he seems so nice and likable, but then that switch just like flips in his head, almost like on every kill scene.
Right. He's obviously got deep-rooted issues with his mother. Like
Yeah.
like Norman Bates.
Yep. I like how they make him a complex character, but like they don't try to explain everything. Because that's what a lot
Yeah.
of movies do. They try to over explain stuff too much. That's why Psycho was so good. They didn't really try to over explain it unless you're talking about maybe the very, very end of the movie. But even then,
Yeah.
like they don't try to overly explain everything.
Which is a scene that a lot of people don't like because they did that. When the cop explains everything about how he was.
That scene doesn't bother me. Like that makes a lot of people mad, but I always thought that was a cool scene. Could you have figured it out on your own? Yes, but like that's like lore building when
Yeah.
somebody puts exposition. Like I like that scene. A lot of people get mad about it, but I think it's
Yeah.
a good scene.
It didn't bother me, honestly. Should have had. You see the trash stash?
Yeah,
Should have had
women weaken
Michelle
legs.
sing Women Weaken Legs.
He doesn't have to worry about that because he just killed her. He didn't do anything else. Yeah, this strangulation goes on for like I forgot how long this was. It goes on for like a minute.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? This movie's only 88 minutes.
Like that's something I appreciate. Like there's so many movies that don't know when to be concise. Like I appreciate a good concise just 90-minute slasher. Did you
Right.
get the still book for Slumber Party Massacre?
No, that looks awesome, though.
Yeah, I got it the other day and I rewatched it. That's another one. It's like right at 90 minutes and that movie just it gets to the point. Like
Here
it
he goes.
doesn't waste
Here he
any
goes.
time.
Look at his face.
That was a long kill.
He's like
God.
he's like sweating, really working hard.
Wow. Like that's gotta be like the longest movie strangulation that I've ever seen. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
gotta be. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's.
and
Go
you really
ahead.
feel bad for her. She's like, "Stop it! What are you doing?"
Yeah, because like she was a likable character. She's just trying to pay her rent, and then like she was basically begging him, and he showed her no mercy. And then you can tell like after he does it, like he regrets it, and he's all just
He's
messed up. That's
he's all messed
that's why they call it Maniac.
Yeah, I know he starts crying, and they just don't know when to stop.
Another cool thing that I liked about this movie was that you get the big city setting. Like they don't set it like out in a house in the middle of nowhere or in the woods. Like you get like a big city setting. They could have used the city a little bit more, but
Yeah,
it's kind of cool, especially the scene where he stalks that one girl and kills her in the bathroom. Like that is
yeah,
cool.
yeah. When he chases her through the train station.
Yes, I love that. I love that part.
That's like freaks me out because you think this could really happen. If it was like 3 or 4 in the morning, no one's around. It's scary.
That you could say that about pretty much this whole movie in general. Like, I would say this is a pretty grounded movie. Like, somebody could just this happens all the time. Like, people go crazy and they go on killing sprees like this sometimes. Like Ted Bundy or like other people like that. Like, sometimes people just go crazy and they don't
Yeah.
have a reason for it.
Good night, Drum Smash 88.
See you later, Drum.
Trash Stash says, I always laugh at his belt. It's like a 70s rock star belt. Never thought
Yeah.
of that.
And then of all the
Oh,
things
here he goes.
he's wearing just a random white T-shirt with a pocket too. I noticed that a minute ago.
Oh, look at that. Scalping her.
It's just crazy, like how nonchalant he is about everything. Like he does all this stuff, and it's like he's going about his day. That's where I think the remake kind of missed the ball just a little bit. I still really like the remake a lot, but the remake was kind of missing like that, going outside of him and going to the third person. And then
Right.
like showing like what he was doing and stuff. Like I think the remake they should have mixed in some third person with first person. And
Yeah.
that would have made it a little bit more effective. So I think they do first person with him, I think sometimes in this movie. But
Yeah.
not too much.
What's he got in the bag? What's in the bag?
It's weird how he gets all these mannequins.
I know.
They don't really explain it in this one.
Where does he get all of them from? Just
I guess, I mean, you could buy those things for cheap, like if you knew the right place to go and get them.
I suppose you could. You know what's fun? You know what else is funny? He pretty much thinks he's an artist. With the
Yeah, like
that's why he gets along with the girl, the photographer.
yeah.
Because he thinks of it as art, putting the scalps on the mannequins' heads, and dressing them up.
Yep, say he's got himself another mannequin right here.
The blood all down the face.
I heard you talking about the New York Ripper or whatever earlier. I haven't seen that one yet. I still need to see that one. I forget who it was. It was like you or somebody else reviewed it like a month or two ago, and then I've been wanting to see it ever since. It's on my watch list. I still haven't seen Sky High as well. There's a lot of good movies I still want to see.
Oh yeah, you gotta see that one.
I'm pacing myself more now. Like with my schedule for this year, I only do one franchise movie a week, and I'm always watching something I haven't seen every week. This week's was Deep Red. I'll have the review coming out for that on Monday. Have you ever seen that one?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was really
that review.
Yeah, it was really cool. The twist was good. Like I didn't see it coming.
Oh yeah.
Like twist of that movie was awesome. And then the kill where the doll comes in and then the guy gets like his teeth bashed against everything. That was
Man.
really good as well.
Yeah, that's freaky when the doll like comes out of nowhere.
I use that as like the thumbnail for my review. I had to like that stupid looking doll. It's like so memorable. I knew that scene was coming because I'd heard people talk about it and I'd seen like pictures of it and stuff. So like I knew that that doll was coming in at some point in the movie when I watched it.
It's pretty batshit sometimes. Here he goes talking to himself.
Trying to think if this is where they talk about him. Yep, he's looking at the newspaper. It's like maniac
Yeah,
mutilated couple at beach. So like
right.
he's in the like it's that's just like a nice little subtle touch. Like
Mm.
he's on a rampage in the city. The police know about it and stuff, and they just can't catch him. Like that's a nice little small touch that I really enjoy.
And he knows it's like he's watching. He knows what's going on in the press. Yeah, and you wonder like what he thinks about it.
And I love this scene. This scene's really crazy. Where this is a scene I always remember, where like he's putting all his weapons and stuff in the guitar case, and he's like
Yeah,
so nonchalant, like he's getting dressed for work or something.
yeah, he's
Like
going to work.
it's like he's like I gotta get my dinner ready. So like he's just getting everything together he needs.
I have to go out.
You see, he has a Cracker Jack box right there.
Yeah,
I never caught that before this time. And that's actually Cracker Jack because there's a few pieces laying on the ground. It's like he's got all these weapons and he's eating some Cracker Jacks. Oh my god. I can't believe I never caught that before.
he's got the machete. He's got sword. He's got that sword. He's got obviously he's got the shotgun. How
And I
about the?
like it. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. How about those little creepy dolls on the shelf?
And then that comes into play more at the end later too.
Hmm.
So but yeah, it's crazy. This movie is just crazy. He's got his little guitar case. It's like he's getting ready to go clock in at work or whatever. I like that he uses a gun because I feel like I like it when the killer uses a gun in movies
Yeah,
because like you would think they would. Like in Terrifier when Art just pulls out the gun and shoots
yeah,
that girl with it. Because you would
I
think
know,
more
and
killers.
a lot of people don't like that. I'm like, why not? You know?
Because like if you're trying to be a professional about it and you don't have a gun, you're kind of stupid. Because what if the other person has a gun and you have a machete?
Right, you gotta be prepared.
Yeah, like you gotta be prepared. You gotta be an expert at your craft.
Even when you're a killer.
That's right.
I'll be
Nice
right
little
back. Yeah, I'll be right back. Just
overhead
talking.
view. That overhead view of the city's cool too.
Yeah, it really
Guess
shows
they used
the
a helicopter to get that.
it really shows the sleazy side of New York City back then.
I'm ready for this Tom Savini kill in a minute.
Yeah,
It's amazing. Tom Savini blows up his own head.
I know. It's glorious. Yeah, Trash Death says Carolyn Monroe is in Slaughter High too. That's right.
One of these days when it gets voted for, I'll get to watch that one. I've heard good things about it though.
Yeah. Uh, another one that her and Joe Spinell are both. They did a couple movies together. They did the last horror movie, which which is basically like Maniac 2, pretty much.
Ooh,
You ever
that's
see
cool.
that one?
No, I've never seen that one.
Very
Cult
similar.
class horror movie.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
It was made by Trauma.
I'll
So,
have to see that.
so it's a little cheaper. It's a little more sleazy.
Yeah.
It's not quite as good, but it's still watch. It's still a good watch. And it's like Joe Spinell is the killer too.
Wow. Oh yeah, that scene in Halloween 4 where Michael Myers kills the sheriff's daughter with a shotgun, but not by shooting it, by stabbing her with it. That's always a classic. That's a good kill in Halloween 4.
I love that. Yeah. It's so weird. Like, why? Like, where does that come from? Me stab the girl with a gun.
My guess would be they did that because it was 88. So, like, the MPAA by that time wouldn't let you get away with a lot. So, they're like, instead of trying to shoot her because they won't let us have any gore, let's just shove the gun through her. It'll be memorable, was probably what they were thinking.
Yeah, and there really isn't a lot of gore in Halloween 4.
Because it's around, if you look at, I think it's kind of like late 80s is when they were really annoying with movies. Like, if you watch a lot of late 80s horror movies, they don't really have a lot of gore in them. Like Friday 7, Friday 8.
Oh yeah, Friday 7 is a perfect example of that.
Well, Friday 6 didn't even have a lot of gore either, but it still had good kills without really having gore.
There's Tom Savini. Look at that mustache.
Legendary mustache. And the crazy thing is he just picks them at random, really, because like I don't think he scouted this girl. I think he just was driving around and then just decided who he was going to go after.
Yeah.
The randomness of it is crazy.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason really. I mean, I don't think she's a prostitute. Just this guy's girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, because she's with somebody else. Because when they're talking,
Yeah.
she's talking about that or something. He's trying to get her to put out and cheat and all that.
And there is like it is insinuating that he's punishing them because of his mother.
Because it's like
Also,
all women. He doesn't kill one guy in this movie. Well,
right.
you have the guy at the
Well,
beginning, but that's because he's with the girl, and he kills the guy here. But he never kills a guy by themselves in the whole movie, does he?
no, I don't think so.
So there you go. And then the couple at the beach, and then this couple, they were doing stuff, and then it was a prostitute, the other girl. So a lot of times they're trying to do stuff. So he's probably got like some kind of weird like sexual trauma, like with his mom or something.
Yeah, because he mentions towards the end his mother like messing around with all these guys. That's creepy right there.
It's a nice shot when he turns the headlights on and he's there. That's cool. Jumps up on the hood. Oh, this is such a good moment. Oh my god. I love it. That's gotta be it. And then the blood just splatters all over her too. Oh my god.
That's brutal. That's gotta be the best. That's gotta be the best headshot kill I've ever seen.
It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good.
That's right,
I wonder.
Trash. That's right, Trash Dash Star Crash.
I wonder if there's like a theatrical version of this movie with less gore or something. The reason I'm saying that is I got a clip of the head explosion from YouTube for a video like a week or two ago, and then I want to say it wasn't as gory after he blew his head off. So, and I got the Blu-ray, so I'll probably have like
man.
an extended cut or something.
I don't know. I've never heard of a less gory cut.
Or maybe they cut away after. Maybe the person who made the video I got the clip from just cut away earlier. I don't know.
That could be. Because back then they didn't care as much with the gore, and you could get away with a lot more. I mean, look what they did back in Last House on the Left, even like in the 70s.
Yeah, that movie's crazy. Like some of the stuff that
Yeah.
happens in that one.
Right.
And the Omen from '76 has really good kills too.
Yeah.
That are pretty gory.
She's freaking horrified looking at him up and pointing the gun at her.
Yeah, and they don't even that's like an off-screen one, but it's still I don't mind.
Yeah.
They could have given us another really good kill there. As if they
Yeah.
would have shown him shooting her from like a foot away. Oh my god.
They spent it all on that last one, though.
Yeah, like we can't be giving them 2 kills that good right in a row.
They probably didn't have that much of a budget to do crazy stuff.
I think I've noticed this before, but I don't think I've talked about it. Have you noticed that he has this picture of like this naked woman behind him, but
Yeah.
like he's cut out the part where like the boobs and her private area are at. Did you ever catch that?
I noticed that, yeah.
That's kind of interesting because like I said, he has some kind of like Norman Bates, like some kind of sexual repression thing.
Yes.
That like some kind of trauma with his mom to where like he can't do anything. Like he can't be intimate with a woman.
Now the news crew's trying to figure stuff out. They got the helicopter looking for people. Well, there you go. Trash Stash says it was unreleased. It was released as an unrated movie. Had to get an unrated or rated X rating so that Joe could avoid Screen Actors Guild laws.
Oh, okay.
This guy knows his stuff.
He does.
Hey, Sean Blue Digital, what's up?
Hey, Sean.
Welcome to the horror corner.
Literally, we both got the horror corner going on.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say anything, but double horror corner.
No, I noticed that because I'd always watched your videos, and when I came up with my channel name, I was like, well, he says the horror corner, but he doesn't have it in his name, so it's not as. I just couldn't think of another name when I came up with my channel. I needed something that sounded smooth, and then let people know like what the channel was about.
Right. It's more original than I did. The channel's just my name.
How long have you been on YouTube for?
Since 2012.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my, I couldn't imagine like how many horror YouTubers were there even back then.
There was quite a few actually. Not as many as now. Not nearly as many as now. Back then, I was watching people like Dr. Wolf.
Yeah, I love his videos. He's
Drum
funny.
Dums and Cody Leach and people like that. Is that your cat?
Yes, my cat has been driving me nuts lately.
Hello, horror corner.
Yeah, everybody can hear you. You need to be quiet.
I had to kick mine out of the room.
That's about to be what's going to happen in a minute if she can't be good. Can't be messing up the live stream of the greatest non-franchise slasher of all time.
That's right.
I just realized I never did post links that we were live. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. See if I can get us a few more people in here.
Sure, go for it. More the merrier. The gore, the merrier. Here's where we meet the young, beautiful, the lovely Carolyn Monroe. I always watch this and I wonder, like, how the hell does she go for him? He looks like.
Yeah, because of like how he looks, but like when she actually talks to him, like when they have that dinner, he's actually really charming and stuff. But yeah, like in terms of like looks, like he's kind of out of her league, I think, in terms of, like looks and all that.
He's kind of got the Mario thing going.
Yeah. That's funny.
Hey, Sean, Blue Digital, I still have to watch your slasher top 22. I saw that come up on my feed. Looking forward to it.
Even picking 20 is hard because like there's so many good slashers, especially if you don't limit yourself on the major franchises. Was there a rule that y'all had on like how many you could pick from like certain franchises?
Yeah, they had a rule that you could only put one from a franchise.
Okay, good. That's how it should be. I try not to talk about the major franchises like in general ranking videos too much. I try to give people like other outside the box ideas,
That's good, dude.
Because I grew up on the major franchises.
Oh, we got my wife in the house, Christy Erschen. Meet Derek's Horror Corner.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hola.
So, how does it go with you and your wife and horror movies?
Well, I get her to watch them now and then. She's not like a huge fan or anything, but she'll sit and watch with me sometimes, as long as it's not one that's too gory. Like, I don't think she's ever gonna watch Maniac.
That's funny. That's how it is with my wife too. Like she'll watch them and she's seen like most of the big franchise movies with me, but she isn't like an avid horror goer. She really loved Midsummer though. Like once I showed her Midsummer, she actually wanted to go out and buy it and add it to the collection and watch it another time.
Yeah, nice.
So it just depends what it is, but she does like some stuff, like Jaws, like the Alien movies.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not really more like she likes more like the more intelligent or like the monster movies, like the original Fright Night. She loves that one. She actually introduced me to that one, but she's not really into the slashers that much.
Well, my wife does like Halloween, which is I'm proud of her for that.
That she's got good taste.
Yeah. That's right. We did watch Midsummer, Christy.
That movie's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I gotta do a review on that.
You haven't reviewed it yet?
Not yet. I will.
You gotta. Oh my god, you gotta review that.
Yeah. Here we go. I love this scene when he's.
Oh, is this the
nurse?
Because I've been watching the chat and stuff for a minute. Oh, we're about to have the infamous scene where this poor woman.
I know.
She was at the hospital, and then he like stalks her after that. She's like a nurse at the hospital, and then he just follows her everywhere. It's crazy. And I think she's aware that there's a maniac on the loose in the city because what wasn't her and her friend talking about?
They just showed him talking about it.
And then she was arrogant. She's like, "No, I don't need a ride home. I'll just walk. Okay, you're dead."
It's kind of stupid in a way. For like, how would you really gonna walk out in the dark at 3 a.m. at pitch black
with a known serial killer that's going after women on the loose? Like, I feel like nobody would really do that in real life. Like, I feel like that's horror movie logic, but that's okay.
That is horror movie logic.
Like you were talking about earlier, this is so scary because like when you're out late at night and nobody's around, like this is a legit like thing that could happen to you, and it's scary. Like when someone's kind of creeping on you, you know.
I know. Here they go. They're in. I think that's Grand Central Station.
If only she could have got on that train.
Yeah. Here he is, creeping downstairs.
Oh my god. This version of this kills really good in the remake too. You remember what happens to this character in the remake, don't you?
I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a while.
She gets the Judd kill. She gets a nasty Achilles cut, and it is just, oh my god. It is. I'm pretty sure this is the girl that gets the Achilles remake. Either way, there is a nasty Achilles cut in the remake. I need to watch the remake again. I've only seen it once.
Yeah, me too. I gotta say, Elijah Wood was fantastic in that role.
Yeah, like he's just as good in his own way. I like this one more, but I mean, I don't really have hardly any negatives for the remake either.
No.
I just have minor decisions like third person versus first person, and you know, you don't get the shotgun kill in the remake, but you still get really good kills in the remake. The score, oh my god, the score in the remake is phenomenal.
Yeah,
oh my god,
is great. Hey yo, we got Need Gore in the house. What's up, Need Gore?
Need Gore. Hey, we're talking about the original Maniac.
And yes, I need gore. My wife thinks I'm like crazy. Like, what's wrong with you? You like this stuff?
Yeah. I don't really know how to explain it to a non-horror fan. It's just like I've been watching horror movies since I was like 5. My mom would always watch them with us, and I grew up on all the major franchises. It's just I don't know, like when you're watching a horror movie and you get into it, like no type of movie genre can keep me into a movie like a horror movie can, with like that feeling of suspense and tension. Like a horror movie can make you feel like no other type of movie can make you feel, you know?
Exactly. It is like an adrenaline rush, you know. And you know it's fake, so that's you can get into it. You know it's not real, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Horror Metal? He was on my stream, the horror hangouts, dude.
Didn't he get in some accident or something, which was why he hadn't been putting out videos as much?
Yes.
Yeah, he put out a video because I used to always watch his videos. Like he was one of like before I ever got on YouTube, there were people that I would watch back in the day, and he was one that I would always watch his reviews and stuff. He always has really good thoughts on movies. Me and him usually agree on most movies.
Absolutely, me too. Yes, sir. I love my OG Maniac. Remake grew on me, but wasn't the biggest fan of the POV thing. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier, Derek.
Yeah, me, Gore, we were talking about that earlier on. Me and Sean kind of both agreed we like the third person in this movie better than the first person in the remake. There's just something about like seeing him and like watching him go about his day to day activities that we just found really interesting.
I love this when she's trying not to talk, trying not to scream, and she's like shaking.
Yeah, I think Trash said something like she should have ran earlier, but if I remember, all the ways were locked and she had to go in this bathroom, I think. I don't think there was anywhere else that she could have gone.
At this point.
Yeah. So she was basically just screwed. Now, this is a horror movie thing that really annoys me. Like, I'm not one that really gets caught up in horror tropes because, like, I can suspend a lot of disbelief. I hate when, like, they hide somewhere and they think that the killer's gone and they walked out. Because it was me, I'd be like, I'm gonna hide here for like 2 hours, like, and make sure that they're, you know what I'm
I
saying?
know, right? I
I
know.
don't know. That might be a nitpick, but that always annoys me
Just because he's gone for a second, you just say everything's okay now.
because the killer always tries to psych them out and like make them think that they're gone when they're not. So just like I'm gonna psych the killer out. I'm gonna sit here 2 hours and we're gonna see. And it's like when you're hiding like that, he can't sneak up on you. Like you let him come to you. You know.
I mean, I don't think he has anything better to do.
Yeah. You don't got anywhere else you can go.
Yeah.
And then I don't get her logic here because like she's laughing like it's over, but if she had nowhere else that she could go, what makes her think that he's gone? You
I know.
know, like there's no other path. Like he knows you're in here.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. If that was done today, you know they would have a loud noise and a jump scare. If this
Yeah.
movie was made today, like when he's in the mirror behind her.
And you don't need that.
Like gotta wash off his knife. Gotta take good care of his
Yeah.
equipment. And then he is wearing gloves too. I see
Hmm.
that there. So like he's good at getting away with it. Like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you imagine he's probably been at this a long time, you know. And it's only the girl that kind of foils him in the end, you know,
Yep.
because he finds someone that he actually cares about.
Yeah. And then that's his downfall. Now I will say this though, when it comes to the remake, I think the remake does have a better ending because this movie has it's kind of a like him and the girl don't really have much of like a fight in this movie, and
Yeah.
she just gets away and goes to the police, and then
Mm.
he returns back to his apartment, which wasn't a smart move on his part, and then
Yeah.
the mannequins attack him, and then you have that little he's still alive moment
Hmm.
at the end. The girl dies in the remake, I'm pretty sure. She gets hit by the car or whatever. So like the remake's even darker with the ending. Like the girl
Yeah.
doesn't make it. Her death is brutal when she gets hit by that car. I remember that. Now I've got to watch the Maniac remake again now. Doing this stream
Yeah, me too. I need to watch it
has
again.
me with the fever to do the remake.
Thank you, Neat Gory says, let me share you out. Go for it. More the
Yep.
merrier.
That's right. Get some more people in here.
I love the chase through the graveyard, says the trash stash. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, like, there's so many great set pieces in this movie.
Yeah, it really is. Even when
All of
he's
the
out
I'll
there in
be
the
back.
middle
I
of
gotta take my cat to the bathroom. She's
all right.
going nuts. Driving me crazy. Did you hear how many times she was meowing?
Yeah, I heard him.
Oh man. But yeah, I like these dialogue scenes with him and her. Like he's like where it shows like he can socialize, like he's got like a regular personality and he can be charming, you know?
Yeah, it's the scary thing is he can pretend to be normal, but on the dark side, when the lights go down, is when the craziness starts.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you said earlier, though. Like the fact that that girl would be interested in him is incredibly unrealistic because she's like, and if you're just talking about looks, she's like a 10 and he's like a 5 or something. Like, there's
Look at
no,
his
there's
70, look
no
at his
way.
70s collar going like this.
Oh, dang, now we got a lot of people tuning into the chat now.
Sean kicked his cat out. Yeah, I did. Sorry about that.
Maniac comes first, cats come second.
Yes, and absolutely. Nigor says, I wish I would have gotten Maniac too. Well, they were going to, it seemed like, before he died.
I'm kind of torn because I kind of feel that way about The Burning too. But I think there's just something special about like a standalone movie that doesn't get a sequel. Like, because you can't say that for like that many horror movies. You know, like most horror movies get sequels. Especially the thing about The Burning that's cool. It hasn't had a sequel or a remake, which
Yeah,
is
no.
which is I'm surprised they haven't tried to. It's kind of weird they remade this movie because I don't think this is like a well-known horror movie for like your average person. I didn't know anything about this horror movie until like, the horror community and all that.
Well, it did cause some controversy when it came out. When it first came out because of the gore and the blood and everything. And the way because Siskel and Ebert did a thing back in the day when they were talking smack about all the slasher movies, and Maniac was definitely one of them. How they felt it was like misogynistic and against women and stuff,
And then just the idea of like he's just like this is more of like it's kind of different in than like a Friday 13th movie because this movie's like grounded and
Right.
it's like kind of realistic. And I could see why like a lot of people would not like this type of movie, which is why I like it more.
Right. Well, that makes it scary. It's more realistic, It's
Yeah,
not.
I love Friday the 13th and all that,
Yeah.
but like it's cool to get like a really grounded, realistic thing
Right.
sometimes.
They said it was anti-woman. Yeah. Dakota Counts in the house. What's up?
Hey, Dakota. Checking the comment section.
Look at him. He's macking on her, though.
Yeah, like he had some serious game in this part
He
of the
did. He had some game.
really he's really carrying the conversation. Like this is always a scene that stands out to me.
It's the thing about him being. I think that's what she's attracted to, the fact that he's like, or at least he thinks he's an artist.
He really does think he's an artist.
Yeah. That's what I think attracts her. She's like intrigued by that. I mean, this girl's like a freaking drop dead, like supermodel. I was gonna tell you about. Did you ever see Star Crash?
No. Is that a
Is it-
movie I need to check out?
They're both in that. Him and her. It's a
What's that one about? I never even heard of that one.
it's the wicked Star Wars ripoff, like the
Is it
biggest
like a
Star Wars
spoof or is
ripoff.
it like serious?
It's got David Hasselhoff in it. It's so bad. It's one of those so bad it's good. Type,
Ooh.
definitely.
You know how I love those, like Thanksgiving and Jack Frost and all
It's
that nonsense. I
it's
like space.
hilarious. It's hilariously bad. Like they actually have lightsabers. They use lightsabers in the movie. Like I don't know how they got away with that.
Oh my god, that seems like a copyright thing waiting to happen.
They probably just thought it was nobody's watching, you know.
This scene here in a minute when he basically tricks that girl and sneaks into her apartment on her. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, he uses the necklace. Like he grabs the necklace and then is like, "Oh, I'll use this as a bait."
Well, even then, no, she shuts the door after he gives her the necklace back, and he puts like gum on the door or something, so like he can just
Yeah,
open it later. He's just he's so smart, it's ridiculous.
he's clever. Yeah, you did miss the headshot. Sorry, man. That was a while back.
Yeah, see, everybody knows about that. Like that's like the iconic moment from this movie. But the thing is, every kill is good in this movie. Like I don't really think there's a bad kill in
No,
this
not at
movie.
all.
They're all different too, but like they're grounded. Like you don't have some like liquid nitrogen kill or something, something
I know
crazy,
those
or someone getting their head
ridiculous.
punched off or something. I like over the top kills sometimes, but I love the whole like grounded feel that this movie goes for.
And there's no like Tarantino, like when someone gets their arm chopped off and blood sprays everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm eating this confidence soup, potato and bacon. What are you talking about? Make some pepper flakes and quizo for that soup.
No, Nick Gore, all the kills are good. The bathroom kill's good, where the guy gets choked with the piano wire at the beginning is
Yeah,
good. Triangulation kill's good. This kill where the girl
in
gets
the
killed in her
bathtub.
apartment is good. Yeah.
You can tell he's creeping just watching these girls. Like, what
He's
am I
like,
gonna do with them?
which one do I want to kill later?
But just wait till I get a hold of you.
And none of the girls really look the same either. So it's not like he's always picking a girl that looks like his mom. Like all the girls that get killed look quite a bit
Yeah.
different.
Oh, Rick says Maniac's the best horror movie of the 80s. Wow.
It's one of my all time favorites. I think it's probably my favorite horror movie not from a major franchise. I just love
Yeah,
how unique it is. Like we've said a couple of times this stream, like the third person from the killer's perspective, how long and drawn out the kills are, and everything else. The big city setting.
absolutely.
Did you see how I've been pestering Drum Dums to review this movie like all the time?
I know, because I remember when he didn't put it in his list of I felt the same way. I'm like, you didn't put the original Maniac?
Well, he mentioned it in the video. He said, "I haven't seen it yet," and ever
Yeah,
since then, he's actually got a review for it coming up.
yeah, good, good.
He posted like his upcoming reviews or something, so that's coming up. I wonder what I feel like Drum Dums would give this one Trapped on an Island. I would
Yeah,
think. I feel
Once
like
he sees it, he'll realize it.
because I watch enough of his reviews, I'm pretty good at predicting like what he's gonna score something. Like I feel like this is a very unique slasher. It's not run of the mill.
The Horror Man broke my heart. He didn't put it on there on his list. I'm like, come on, man.
It is top 20.
You have to put that in there.
It's got to be in your top 20. Like if you're only picking one movie, a franchise, like how does this movie not make your top?
I know.
That's crazy. I don't know if I watched his yet because there's so many I had to watch because there's like horrific nightmares. Did you do one yet or not?
Well, I did a top 25 before.
Oh yeah, that's right. I watched that one. Yeah, I remember when because you released that one about when I did like my top 5 80s slash.
This whole scene's got great suspense, I think.
Yeah.
And you just kind of follow this girl around the apartment.
Yeah, that's another thing about this movie is they build good suspense and tension with all the kills. They don't drag it out too long, but they don't rush it either. Like they have the right combination of time with the kills. Yeah, this one's really creepy because like she's just taking a bath and enjoying her night, and like everybody watching the movie knows he's in the apartment, and then that's just creepy.
Mm-hmm. Did you forget something?
They actually didn't put that much nudity in this movie either, because I'm pretty sure this was the only girl that got nude in the movie, I think, because you didn't see anything with the prostitute earlier.
I know, it is kind of surprising. I thought there would be a lot. Considering
so this one was kind
of sleazy, there's a sleazy part of New York, you know.
Yeah,
a lot.
They didn't really go for. It's kind of funny to watch, like some movies will like go for the sleaziness with the nudity, and some won't. Like when I watch Slumber Party Massacre, does not care. Like it's super sleazy with the nudity, and they had a female director with that one too. Like the whole opening part where like all the girls in the shower and it's like zooming in on their butts and everything else. What are we watching here?
They go for it. Well, if you want sleaze, definitely check out the New York Ripper.
It's on my list, definitely.
It is kind of similar to this one in a way, but more sleaze and more. It makes this one look classy.
I like a good sleazy slasher, but no, I think I went and I watched like a trailer for it or something after somebody reviewed it. It's on my watch list. Yeah, I just got to pace myself. Because like there's so many movies I want to watch and review and stuff, but I got to pace myself because like I got to have stuff to talk about on my channel for like a long time in the future. So like I can't just watch and review everything at once. Plus, with how I edit now, I can really do 3 or 4 videos a week. I just don't have time for anything else anymore. It takes me a lot longer to edit than it used to, like last year, the year before that.
And that's a smart thing, I think. Don't wear yourself out. Pace yourself.
Because I think the right combination for putting videos out is I want to say like about a video every couple of days or so, because it feels like I feel like it takes my regular subs. I don't know what your experience is. I feel like it takes my regular subs a couple days to get around to watching my videos. So like I don't want to put too many videos out.
Yeah, I try to do like maybe 2 a week or so. I want to give people time to watch them.
2 or 3 a week's like the magic point. I think once a week is too little, and any more than like 3 times a week is too much. I'll do 4 some weeks, like if I got a patron review or something. Like John Kyle Stanton had me review. Have you ever seen this movie? I watched like As Above, So Below earlier today. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
It actually surprised me how good it was. It's like this found footage movie, and they filmed it in the catacombs below Paris. So it's basically got like a Descent vibe to it. And I was not expecting it to be good when I
Right.
watched it, but it was. It's got like a 6.2 on IMDb, which is actually really good for a horror movie. But like, man, I loved it. Like, it really surprised me a lot.
Have to check that out. Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer is another sleazy one. Yeah, that's classic too.
Yeah, I've heard of that one too. Haven't seen that one yet either. Seen so many good movies I haven't seen yet.
That's in the 80s too.
80s is the best for slashers.
It's gotta be.
70s has
Close.
really good horror movies too.
Oh yeah, definitely, but not as much slashers. There are, but there are
Yeah,
some good ones.
yeah. Most of the better horror movies in the 70s are like supernatural, like The Omen, or like
Yeah,
The Exorcist, or stuff like that.
right. Texas Chainsaw and stuff. But though you could put that in the slasher category, I suppose.
Which one?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah. I do consider that one a slasher. That's another one. You had Jaws, you had Alien. There were so many. Remember, I did my top 5 a couple of weeks ago and
Right.
forgot Black Christmas, and I've been mad at myself ever since.
What's up, Phil's Creepy Videos? Welcome.
Yeah, Reload Maniac 2. It's like both of our favorite standalone slashers.
Absolutely. Number 1.
This kill is brutal right here. Like, you feel so bad for her. Like, she cannot do anything, and then
I
he's
know.
just crazy.
And he talks to her like it's his mother.
Yeah.
Oh, the horror man. What's up? We were talking about your top 20 of 2020's 80s slasher videos and how we've all been watching them. We've been watching everybody's. Oh, Christy, your phone's dying? Sorry. Well, yeah, we talked about that, Phil. We both did enjoy the remake.
We actually both want to go and watch it again now because we've talked about it on this stream. So I need to go back and
Yeah,
watch it. It's definitely underrated as a remake. If I was doing like top 5 remakes, that one would probably be on there.
absolutely. And I'm a guy that hates remakes. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, I don't care about remakes, but once now and then one slips through the cracks.
Yeah, the way I feel about it is if you're gonna do a remake, then it doesn't need to be shot for shot. Like, you need to do something different. Like,
Yeah,
I watched and reviewed the Omen remake, and I hated that movie because, like, what's the point of that movie's existence if you're just gonna do 90% what the
yeah, I know.
first movie did, or the Psycho one? But like, I like the Child's Play remake because it almost wasn't really a remake. Like, it did a lot of stuff really differently.
I still need to see that. Believe it or not, I haven't seen it.
What? You haven't seen it yet?
No, I want to though. I'm going
You better not give it a good review or Brad will come after you.
to.
He hates that movie so much.
He just
Bronco Juggalo. Oh my god. I think he put it at the dead last on his Child's Play franchise ranking, even below Seed of Chucky. Like every time I talk about how much I like the Child's Play remake, oh man, he gets wound up.
I know some buttons to push for him. Yeah, I know some buttons to push on him.
That's one, the Child's Play remake.
Like he didn't even give it a chance. Like he was dead set against it from day one, you know. But I actually was intrigued by because, like you said, they did do something different with it.
I thought it was smart. Like for me, it's like I don't think it's as good as the first three Child's Plays, but it gives any of the other ones a run for their money. And just generally, I thought like there's no way you're going to beat what Brad Dourif or the original movie did with Chris Sarandon and all that. So don't try to
Yeah,
copy the original movie. You're going to fail, and they
of course.
didn't. So like I thought that was they did have some missed opportunities. They could have made the doll look a little bit better. They could have done some things a little bit better, but overall, it was still really good. Can't believe you haven't seen that yet. That's crazy.
I will. I'll check it out. I'll do a review on it and everything.
Definitely. Have you seen Ready or Not yet?
No, I've heard a lot of people talk about it.
My wife picked that one up on like Redbox like a month ago or something. I didn't see it in the theater. I'd somehow not heard about it or missed it. And man, that movie was good. Like that blew me away how
Really?
good that one was. Yeah, like that was a top 10 movie of the year for me
Nice.
last year. Like it's a really good mix of horror comedy and it's got some nice gore and stuff in it too.
Sounds good.
Couple good twists in there.
Yeah, Horror Man says right there. If you want to get on Brad's nerve, mention all those movies.
Oh, TCM 2, yeah. He
Yeah.
hates Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 so much.
On one
I
of-
didn't know
on
he hated
yeah.
I didn't know he hated Halloween 3 though. I knew about the other
Yeah, oh
one.
yeah, oh yeah.
If you hate on any of the Star Wars movies, that makes him mad too.
I know.
Any of them.
I tease him about the because I hate the prequels, like so I'll tease him about that sometimes.
I like episode 3. I don't really like episode 1 or 2 though. I like lightsaber fights a lot, so like episode 3 is really enjoyable for me because you get like so many lightsaber fights in that movie. 1 and
Yeah.
2 are a chore though. 1 and 2 are hard to get through.
Yeah.
I find them really boring.
Yeah, me too. Especially when they're doing like they're having conference meetings in the court. I'm like, what is this shit?
The
Politics?
politics. And don't forget all the romance with Anakin and Padme in episode 2. Like,
Brutal,
oh
brutal.
my
The trash death says I like Star Crash more than Star Wars. Yeah.
god.
Wow.
You know what'll make you not like Star Wars when you decide to do the whole franchise in a month and you do like 15 Star Wars videos in a month, which is what I did in December, and now like I don't even it's like I don't even like Star Wars anymore
I
because I
can
burned myself out on it
I
so
couldn't
much.
do that. I could not do that.
Well, I try to do like what's popular, like what's coming out. But I think in the future, like if it's not horror, I try to just stick with horror because I watch other stuff too. But like if I have to go a really long time without doing, because I did like no horror movie reviews in December hardly, and then it just sucked. I just don't have the passion for a lot of other stuff like I do for horror.
Yeah, I hear you. I'd say when it comes to genres of movies, that's definitely my favorite. I could do like I do like my little sci-fi corner stuff sometimes, but not nearly as much because people don't really watch them, you know.
Well, I think you're known. It's kind of like my views and stuff were down a lot for December opposed to previous months because like people come to your channel and mine, looking for horror reviews. So like
Right.
when you do other stuff, it just doesn't get that much attention.
Like I did a Spider-Man review, and I've got like 5 views.
What? Which one did you review? The original
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
yeah.
That's a good movie. William Dafoe as Green Goblin is such an underrated villain. I don't
That's a
like how
great one.
his costume looks, but like his acting is good.
Oh yeah,
He
that's my
might be my favorite Spider-Man villain in all the movies, except I don't know, like Vulture and Mysterio from the new two were
yeah.
really good. But like talking about like the first 5 Spider-Man movies, I think William Dafoe's Green Goblin might be like my favorite villain.
I did really enjoy. I really enjoyed the Vulture. Definitely, Michael Keaton was awesome.
Did you see he was in the Morbius trailer?
Yeah, I did. That got me hyped.
I'm hyped. I think that
Yeah,
movie's gonna be good.
that
There's
actually
not.
looks good.
I just don't know how good of a year this is gonna be for movies, not counting Halloween. There's not a ton of stuff I'm super hyped for, but like I'm hyped for that movie. And I guess Quiet Place too, but there's not too much other stuff that I'm hyped for.
It's all about Halloween Kills. All about Halloween Kills.
But you never know though, like what could surprise you because like Brightburn, surprised me last year. Like there's movies you don't really hear about, but like they actually turn out to be good.
Yeah, and that's always nice when you get a hidden gem.
Do you know what I've been watching lately? I'm sure you know these movies. I got them for cheap whenever me and my wife were out of town. Have you ever watched the Rambo movies? I'm assuming you have.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I watched like the first one and the second one the other day, and I don't think I've ever seen them. I might have seen the first one when I was a kid, but I had like no memory of it. So like the second one where he's in Vietnam, that last act of the movie where he basically kills everybody in Vietnam. Oh
I
my
know.
god,
That's
that movie was
crazy over
so
the top.
good. Yes, I love over the top stuff like that. So I
I
still
like I
have
like when he shoots that one guy with the grenade launcher. And he's like,
it just blows him up. I was like, the other guy was shooting him with his pistol, and he had that. I was like, please hit him and blow him to pieces. And then he did. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
I actually like my personal favorite is First Blood because it's more grounded, but I still have
I
a lot of
really,
I still have a lot
I
of
really
fun with
enjoyed
it.
that one too. Like, I think I haven't seen 3 or I've seen 4 a few years ago, but I don't think I've ever seen 3. I think I like 2 a little bit more, but 1 was really good. Like, I really enjoyed the story in 1, how like the police kind of he had PTSD and the police didn't know how to handle him right or whatever.
Right.
And he was on the run like the whole movie. It was just such a simple, effective story. But I like how the first movie really, because I'm really into history and stuff. Like I really loved how like the first one delved into like Vietnam and PTSD, and I just
Yeah.
thought it was really interesting.
Exactly. It was more realistic, I think, than the others. Look at all
I
we're
didn't
missing here. We're missing a lot of stuff.
I didn't know there's a Rambo game. That's crazy.
He just tried to kill Carolyn Monroe.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. That cemetery scene is really good. Like the atmosphere and like how it's shot and everything is just really good.
Yeah, it really is. He's talking. He's hearing his mother in his voice now, in his head.
Trying to go back and look at the chat. There's been a lot of people are tuned in and commenting in the chat.
Yes, and thank you everybody for joining us for this stream of Maniac. I really appreciate it. You got all kinds of people in here. You got the Trash Stash and Need Gore and the Horror Man and Rick. I can't pronounce his name. Sucks. I don't know. He's just getting attacked by a zombie now.
Yeah, we're pretty much to the end. What injury did he get? Did the girl
She
him,
hit
or
him
did
with
he?
she hit him with a shovel, but it got like right by his elbow, and it like
Okay.
makes the shovel do that.
I always interpret this that like he just bleeds to death or whatever, and he's crazy, so like he imagines the rest of it in his mind.
Like
That's kind of how I took it.
the whole scene in his room when he's sitting in bed, laying in the bed.
Yeah, like when the women kill him and stuff, like he was already dying from his injuries or whatever, and then he's crazy, so like he just imagined that. But it's a really good like storytelling choice because it's like the women get their revenge on
Yeah,
him.
I know.
It's just a really cool idea.
Hey, Andre Bellamy, what's up?
Yeah, we've been talking about how great the original Maniac is pretty much the whole movie.
Right. It is. I would say it is definitely a slasher masterpiece. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love this scene. This is great.
Yeah,
All the
this oh my god, it's so well done. It is so well done.
the mannequins
The
got
makeup
to get
effects
their
on all
revenge.
the women. Yeah, the makeup effects on all the women, and when they just tear him apart, like, oh my god.
That's rough.
Oh, they're opening his case and using his own weapons against him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is perfection. Wow.
It's good though. You know, you want to see this guy get what's coming to him. You know, and I like how they do that.
Wow. I always forget how gory this scene is.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Oh, they like pull his head off in a second, I think. Oh my god. It's got a little zombie feel to it, this scene does.
You could see the brain in the girl's head.
And that one girl didn't have a head earlier
Yeah,
too. See, they paid attention to all the wounds that all those girls would have had.
I
So
know.
that was really nice attention to detail, really good continuity.
Love that attention to detail. Yes. Well, here comes the machete. Oh man,
I know this scene is just it's
this is
just so
sick.
good.
Oh man.
I forget exactly what happens. We'll see here in a second. But I hate how the police react to the situation. The police have a really stupid, unrealistic reaction when they go in there. I forget exactly how it goes, but I just know it's something that gets on my nerves a little bit. Like the movie should have just ended right there. Like it should have just ended with him dying. We didn't like I have some problems with like this very last scene.
Oh, it is like a zombie scene, kind of trash dash.
It's like the zombies are like tearing him apart. It's like somebody's
Yeah,
still like dead or something.
it is like Dawn of the Dead. Yeah. Mr. Robbie, yeah, I talked about that horror man. The Maniac, kind of little Maniac 2 film that he shot. So if you ever check that out, Derek, there is like a little movie that he did, which was Maniac 2, but it was like 5 minutes long.
Cause see, he's just got the stomach wound with the knife, but it looks like he had stabbed it in there himself. So I always took it that he was just like he had the injury on his arm and he stabs himself, hallucinating everything, and then he just dies. But the cops come in and find his body, and it's like they're not even worried about the crime scene or anything. They're like, okay, let's go, and they just it's just weird.
They just leave him there.
Then they shut the doors. Like, okay, we're
They
gonna.
leave him there.
Now, do they even shut the door, or do they leave? Okay, they do shut the door. They just leave him there or whatever. It's just weird. And then you got like they don't confirm that he's dead. They kind of walk into the room and then they just leave him there. Like it's just weird. You get the evil is still alive cliche ending. Like it should have just ended like where he died. We didn't need that extra scene.
I mean, like,
But I'm still nitpicking a masterpiece though.
Or they could have left it with wondering if he was. Yeah, just him laying there would probably be the best. Did he die? Did they get him? Was it real? You just gotta have these dimwit cops in movies, though, sometimes.
Yeah. All they need is the Halloween 5 clown music. It's perfect.
I know, right? That'd have been funny. But I wouldn't want it to be in it.
Kind of seeing what the comment section's been talking
Not a
about.
fan of Combat Shock. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, I never heard of that one either.
City of the Living Dead. I don't think that was Uberto Lenzi, though. That was Lucio Fulci. I think there was a one called Hell of the Living Dead or something.
I've heard of Body Count, but I don't think I've seen that one.
Body Count on Blu-ray. The Horror Man mentioned that in his top 20.
That's where I heard it because I knew I'd watched somebody's video or something. I heard somebody talking about that movie.
I have not seen that. But I mean, he's seen every slasher movie that's ever existed since the dawn of time.
That's my goal. That's where I want to be like one of these days. You know, like once I've reviewed enough movies, like 5 years down the line or something, I've seen like everything. Because I get a late start on a lot of stuff because I grew up really just on the major franchises. So like, you know, I grew up on like Friday the 13th, Halloween, Child's Play, Texas Chainsaw. I didn't even see hardly any of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres growing up. The only ones we ever watched growing up were the original, the remake, and the prequel to the remake. So like, I've just now seen a lot of movies for the first time, you know, within the last 2 or 3 years.
Those were the two of the first horror movies I ever watched. Was the original and then part 2 right after. I bought them both on VHS at the same time, and then I watched them back to back.
Yeah, my mom was big on the major franchises, so like we would always watch Friday the 13th, Halloween, Child's Play, so the Saw movies back in the day, some Hellraiser and like Psycho, but like that was really about it. We rented 90s horror a lot, like Scream and like Valentine, Urban Legend, and all that kind of stuff. But like we didn't really watch like a lot of these really good 80s slashers. So I've just kind of been introduced. Never watched Sleepaway Camp. Never watched The Burn a couple years ago. Like I didn't grow up with a lot of these movies, which is crazy. Some of the stuff I missed out on.
Well, you're catching up now, I bet. At least, right?
Yeah, I know, and it's so fun. It's like I'm always watching and discovering new movies, especially since I've been getting into the Argento movies lately. Since I saw Suspiria and Tenebrae and Deep Red, I haven't seen any Fulci movies. I'm gonna get into some Fulci movies here.
Oh man, you gotta.
Yeah, I know. Like Zombie and some of those House by the Cemetery or whatever. Like there's a lot of
awesome
good
stuff.
ones people have been talking about. Yeah.
You got The Beyond. You got the City of the Living Dead, New York Ripper. You got Don't Torture a Duckling.
Is New York Ripper a Fulci?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's going to be my first one then. I didn't even know. That's cool. I didn't even know that. Now I definitely want to watch it.
Zombies an absolute must. You have to see
Yeah,
that.
I've heard like everybody, like when people talk about their favorite zombie movies, everybody just praises the crap out of that one every time.
It's just immortal. It's legend.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into some Fulci. I really enjoyed the first Reanimator. I'm looking forward to checking out Bride and Beyond here soon.
Oh yeah, you gotta. I love that movie. I love Bride too.
A lot of people are telling me they like Bride more than the original, and I thought the original when I reviewed it was just phenomenal.
Really? A lot of people like it better than.
Well, a lot of people that I've talked to said they like Bride more than the first one. I haven't
Yeah.
seen Bride yet, so I can't speak to that, but I do know that a lot of people are like, I like Bride more than the first one.
Wow.
I thought the first one was just about perfect.
Yeah,
It
it's
was,
awesome.
it was, the first one was just so crazy, especially that last act when he captures the girl and ties her down and all that. Oh my God. The last act of that movie is one of the craziest things that I've ever seen.
It's amazing. I love freaking that's like my favorite performance in horror is Jeffrey Combs in that movie. He's so awesome.
Who does he play again? He plays the Herbert
Herbert
West, right?
West.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. He was really good in that movie. Like he was spot. Loved his performance.
I will say he is equally as good in Bride. So
Ooh,
that's the
yeah.
best.
That
That's the best
that
part of it.
almost won the new movie Monday poll this week. I think Deep Red barely won. So I've had some extra time off, so I was trying to check that one out too, but I didn't get around to it. So I'll probably watch it for next week.
Yeah, see we are. See? Zombie is a must.
I haven't seen the original Day of the Dead either yet.
Oh man, that's great.
And it keeps almost winning the new movie Monday poll, but it doesn't win. So that's another one. I've never seen Land of the Dead either, and I have the DVDs for both of those. I just haven't got around to watch them. See, there's a lot of new good movies that I haven't seen, so I got a lot of stuff that I can still review and stuff.
Good. That keep you busy a while. Only seen New York Ripper. Didn't like Zombie. What? I love Italian movie. I love Italian food more than movies.
I don't know.
Wow.
There's some
Uh,
good Italian horror movies.
Hey, we got Dino in the chat. Late horror show. What's going on, man?
Dang, everybody's in here now. The movie's over, and then everybody's tuning into the chat
You
now.
guys are a little late. You watched the whole movie already.
Yeah, we just finished the original Maniac like 10 minutes ago.
Movie Freak 688. What's going on? We got Horror Man, Trash Stash, Late Horror Show. Welcome everybody. I don't know for how long, but
Yeah, a few more minutes. Probably I usually stream for about 2 hours. Unless you have somewhere to go, we can stream for a little bit longer if you want to, Sean.
sure, why not? Hang out with us.
It's your show. I'm just a guest on your show this time.
Yeah, maybe wrap it around 9.
It's been cool. It's been cool streaming with you. It's always cool getting to stream with new people who I've watched their channels a lot and stuff.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Getting to know you a little bit, hanging out. I love your channel, so everybody out there, please subscribe to Derek's Horror Corner. I have the link in the description below, so check out his channel, subscribe. Awesome content.
I do rankings, major horror franchise reviews. I watch and review like new horror movies I haven't seen. I do all kinds of interesting stuff. I just it's not going to be out till next week, but I just filmed my original versus remake for Nightmare on Elm Street, which was obviously it was an easy victory for the original, but I still had fun
It
making
better
it.
be.
Well, I mean, the remake isn't my least favorite Elm Street movie. Like, I think I like the remake more than Freddy's Dead or Part 5, but it's
I'm
not.
with you on that. I am with you on that.
I'm not the hugest Elm Street fan. The Elm Street franchise only has like 3 movies that I love, and that's Part 1, Part 3, and Part 4. A lot of people don't like Part 4, but I actually really love Dream Master.
I like Part 4 a lot.
Yeah, like Part 4 is my third favorite in the franchise. I think Part 4 is just so much fun
It
for
really,
me.
really is. And there's some great dream sequences in that, that people don't talk about.
The wanna suck face kill with the girl where he like sucks her, then the cockroach kill, and they got some other good ones. The waterbed kill with Joey in there,
Yeah.
the junkyard one with King K. There's so many good kills in that movie.
And of course, the cockroach scene. That's fucking awesome.
That might be my favorite kill in the whole franchise. It's close. Like, oh my god.
You can check in, but you can't check out.
And they set that up like when the bug fell out of her chips or whatever
Yeah.
earlier. Like you knew they were setting that up, but like the effects on that are just so cool.
Awesome, man. I'd say it probably has better effects than any of the nightmares as far as gore and stuff.
Yeah, 3 was really good too. 3 had some like the puppet kill and some of the others. Like 3 had some 3 and 4 are both just that's what makes the Elm Street franchise so cool is because it's in the dream world. You're allowed to do a lot of cool and outside the box things with the kills.
You little meatball.
So pizza.
He sticks the his thing right in the meatball, and it's his head. I still love the original. I think the original is amazing.
So is the original your favorite?
Yeah.
Then what's second for you? Part 3.
Yep. I also like 2 a lot. I know it's pretty maligned in the horror world. I like a lot about.
I don't hate it. It's just okay for me.
I get why people don't like it.
For me, with 2, the main thing that bothers me is you don't get a whole lot of kills, and I really hate the coach kill in that movie. Like it's just so like awkward, and it's like so weird, and like it doesn't really make sense because that movie is weird with the rules. So like it's like Freddy possessed and killed him, but then like the balls are flying around in like real life. So like a lot of stuff like doesn't make sense in part 2. Like, like stuff happening in the real world that shouldn't be able to happen in the real world and all that. Like the bird exploding and a lot of other stuff too. Like 2 just messes up the story. I love Jesse though, especially where he puts on the glasses and he does that stupid dance. It makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, that makes me cringe. Yeah, I can't help but look away when that comes on. It's so bad.
So somebody asked in the comment section, "What's your favorite zombie movie?" For me, it would be Return of the Living Dead.
Nice.
What would yours be?
I will go with what Andre Bellamy said. The original Dawn of the Dead is my favorite.
One that's underrated that not a lot of people talk about? The Tom Savini Night of the Living Dead remake.
Someone was talking about that in the chat earlier before you came on. I was talking about Tom Savini, and he actually directed that one.
I thought he did a good job. Like that's a good remake because it's faithful to the original, but like
Yeah.
it changes a lot because if you've seen the original, you think you know how it's going to end. They changed the last act a lot in the
Yeah.
remake. Like, and actually, I think I prefer the last act of the remake over the original with
What
how the
about
story goes.
overall?
Overall, I think I'm gonna say the remake because I don't really love like black and white movies.
Really?
I mean they're good, but like naturally, like I like the remake a little bit more. And then for Psycho's not my favorite one in the franchise. Psycho 2 is my favorite in the Psycho franchise, but I love the first one too.
I get that.
Psycho 2 is oh my god, Psycho 2 is so underrated.
Oh my
And
god.
the great what's his name directed it, the one that did Child's Play. I can't believe I'm blanking.
Tom Holland, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Oh my god, he
Well,
was such a
actually,
good
he
director.
wrote it. I don't think he directed it.
Yeah.
Or did he? Or did he?
But then he directed Fright Night 2, I think. The first
Right.
Fright Night, didn't he? Yeah. Like he really was involved in some good stuff.
Definitely. Psycho is a masterpiece because of Perkins. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest reason why the Psycho remake's such a disaster, especially since they put Vince Vaughn in as Norman Bates.
God.
You can't take Vince Vaughn seriously. Like that was such a bad casting. So I look at Vince Vaughn, I think of like Wedding Crashers and stuff like that. Like you can't put
Well, at
you
that
can't
time,
put
really, he wasn't like that. He did other things at that time, like he did The Cell with Jennifer Lopez, and he didn't do all comedy at that time.
Yeah, there was nobody you could really recast that would be like, Perkins's level. So they should have just tried to do something different or not remake it at all. I like what the Bates Motel TV show did with the story. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that show. And
They did enough stuff different to really make it fresh in that show.
I didn't think it was gonna be like completely end up a remake like it did in the end there.
You talking about the show?
Yeah, because at the last season it becomes like the original Psycho.
Yeah,
towards
they
the end.
do change some stuff up to surprise you because, like, they kill his mom in a completely different way, and then like they do change stuff up a little bit. But yeah, like they basically have some stuff that remakes the original in the last season of the show.
And they made the major change there with Marion Crane, of course. She
Yeah, he does.
survives. She actually
Yeah, she
survives.
doesn't kill her, but kills the cheating douche and all that, which was fine
Yeah,
with.
not sure how I feel with that about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're trying to do the original story, it's hard to beat the original Psycho, which was like a masterpiece of storytelling,
Yeah, you can't beat it.
especially for its time.
That's fantastic. So like I don't mind. Like I am an old school guy, so I can watch old classics. Like I watch a lot of Hammer horror and the old Universal monsters and stuff. I love that stuff. I like all eras of horror.
Yeah, I try to like expand my horizons and watch different things. Naturally, I like more like 80s stuff that's more like high body count, like faster paced. But I like to get into like a good slow burn and watch like classic movies. So I'm sure eventually, like I've never seen a lot of the Universal monster movies and all that. So eventually I'll get into some other stuff. Didn't you review like The Devil Rides Out the other
Yeah,
day?
that's
Yeah, I
Hammer
got.
horror. Yeah, the British horror
I'm watching
studio.
that this week
Nice.
because a patron wants me to review it, which they actually requested that before you reviewed it. So when you reviewed it, I was like, I got to check this out and see what Sean's thoughts are on this one. So it's got
Yeah, check
Christopher
it
Lee
out.
in it. It's going to be good.
Cool. I look
So I'm
forward to
looking
that.
forward to checking it out. Yeah. I'm sure I'll like it. It's got Christopher Lee, so it's going to be good.
So have you seen the Christopher Lee Draculas?
No, I haven't, but I just like Christopher Lee, like as Count Dooku and
Yeah.
Saruman and all that. So, like, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to checking those out
So
eventually.
I would definitely at least check out Horror of Dracula, the first one he did. It's excellent. If you like Dracula, freaking that's awesome.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check those out. It's just gonna take me a lot of time to get to watch everything I need to watch. It's gotta pace yourself, like we were talking about
Yeah,
earlier.
absolutely.
Cyber Psycho.
What the hell's that?
He's just making stuff up. He wants to
I
see
wouldn't
Cyber
doubt it. I
Psycho,
wouldn't doubt
a
it.
remake where Norman is a cyborg.
Cyber Psycho. Sounds like something I've seen in the 80s. They did a lot of cheesy stuff like that, like movies that were ripping off the Terminator and like low budget cheesy Terminator wannabes.
So the franchise I reviewed last month was the Omen franchise. What do you think about the Omen movies?
I think Omen for the Awakening is the best.
No, I watched a ranking video and someone legit thought that was the best and was being dead serious. I was
Someone
just,
did. Someone actually did.
yeah, like you look up Omen franchise rankings and there's this female YouTuber and she dead serious like Omen for the best.
Wow.
Like I don't understand. I like the little girl's performance, but that's the only thing I liked in Omen 4. I didn't like anything else about the movie at all.
That was made for. That was like made for. Or was it direct to video?
Yeah.
I don't think
I
that
mean,
was a
those
direct to
made for
video.
TV movies can still be good though, because Psycho 4, I think, was a made for TV movie, and I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it.
What do you think about the other Omen movies?
I think the original speaks for itself. I mean, it's an absolute classic.
I always forget how good that first one is. Like, man, after I watched it the other day with really the movie critic eye, like that first one's a masterpiece. Like,
Yeah,
I don't have, I have no negatives for that first movie at
I loved
all.
every minute of it.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
The acting is great. The suspense is great. The story's great. The kills are great. Everything about
For
it's great.
76, the kills are phenomenal in that movie. The ending's good, the score's good, like the cinematography's good, like
Yeah,
that movie
everything.
story's unique.
I agree. No faults at all.
We think of Omen 2 and Omen 3.
I like them. I like both of them. I like two because I like seeing him grow up a little and be
Yeah.
what he can do as a teenager. And there's some nasty kills in that one too, like the girl that gets run over with the what was that, a truck that ran over, I
The
think?
bird pecks her eyes out, then like
Bird, yeah,
the semi hits her. Don't forget the elevator kill.
yeah.
That one was sick. And when the guy gets trapped beneath the ice, that's a good one too.
Hmm. I agree with what you said in your review, though. The acting wasn't quite as good as on par with the original.
I still think it was good though. Like I still think the acting in Omen 2 is good. It's just not as good as the first one or the third one. Just because like I like Sam Neill so like man, Sam Neill's performance in the third one, I just thought it
Oh
was so
yeah,
good.
he makes that movie. He really does.
Like he was phenomenal the whole movie. Like some of his monologues and some of his dialogue moments that he had in the third one was just
Yeah.
it was huge. I think it's just such a really I wish they would have never done a remake and never done a fourth movie because like that would be like the perfect movie series with just like those three those first three movies. I can't believe more people don't talk about the Omen movies. I think it's like a super underrated franchise.
Yeah, I would agree. That's
Like you never hear
especially
any of the big
you don't hear
YouTubers
anybody talk
talk
about
about it.
3, the final conflict.
And it's a really perfect, like the story arc for like the whole trilogy goes together perfectly because you got the first one where Damien's the innocent kid and just the Omen like makes stuff happen around him. Then you
Yeah,
got the second one that's like the bridge where he's like kind of good, but then he realizes his destiny in the movie, and then like he becomes evil, and then you got the third movie where like he full on knows who he is and he does
yeah,
evil stuff. And that third one's crazy because like where they kill all the babies, they do like some really dark stuff
it
in the
does.
third
Yeah,
movie. But I dug that the movie had the guts to go there with some of the things that it did.
I agree. Yeah, you're right. They should have left it at a trilogy, and it would have been great. Yeah.
How many times could we say that? They
And
should
a
have
lot
left
of
it at 4 Friday the 13th because 4 had the perfect ending. Like a lot, you know, I love part 6 too, but like they just don't know when to stop a lot of times.
yeah,
It's kind of annoying.
a lot of times. And it's like the same can be said for Halloween, of course, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, because Elm Street 3 pretty much had like the perfect ending, you know, to that one.
Yeah, I
And then
know.
they made more. And then Halloween 2 had a really good ending where Myers
Yeah,
just turns up. I mean, the first one doesn't even need a sequel, but if you are going to make a sequel, 2 had, you know, like the perfect ending. And then they were
yeah.
never able to explain that. Like when they brought him back in 4 and they brought him back in H2O, they could never really explain away what happened in 2 because you watch him like burn to pieces at the end of 2. You can't erase that from your mind.
Yeah, I know. Right? They're going to just tell me he was in a coma, and even like how the hell does Doctor Loomis survive?
Yeah.
He's just a regular guy.
And all he's got is a little bird on his head and a little bird on his face, and that whole room blew
I
up
know.
on him. Yeah, I hope we get a new Friday the 13th movie soon. That's UX said that. Like I'm dying for another Friday the 13th. I mean, I heard they're about to hear arguments on between Victor and Sean, so hopefully that'll get resolved sooner. We can get another movie, maybe 2021 or something like that.
Yeah, it's a shame, that both the creators can't get along. It's in
Uh,
limbo.
what, what would you like to see from another Friday the 13th movie?
Uh, I'd like to see what some people have hinted at. It might not be a popular thing, but a little of Jason's backstory. You know,
Yeah, never been explored.
they've
Why not?
never done anything like that. I mean, there was a little bit in was Freddy versus Jason. Remember when they showed him being
Yeah,
picked on by the yeah, I'd like to see some of his childhood, maybe, and Pamela trying to raise him, being
they could have done that in the remake, but they missed the opportunity. Like you could still have Jason in the movie and then just build in flashbacks somehow.
yeah.
Like, yeah, give some of Jason's backstory. That's never really been done before.
I mean, if you're gonna keep doing it, I mean, how long? How many times can you see the same thing?
Yep. For me, it doesn't bother me as long as it comes after 4. Like I don't really want anything that messes with like the ending of part 4, which I really love.
Yeah,
So for me, I think what would make the most sense would be like a direct sequel to part 6 because like 4 and 6 are good movies and he's
yeah,
already down there alive at the bottom of the lake in 6. So like I think Todd McLaughlin or whatever had written a script for this, like a direct sequel to Part 6, and then you could even bring back Tom Matthews. You could do like a Halloween 2018 thing. It'd be a really good movie. And
I would like
Tom
that.
Matthews would come back. He did Never Hike Alone. He'd come back for a major release, and then just put like 30. I want like 30 kills in the movie. Let's just put like 30,
Let's go
30
all
kills.
out.
Load it up. Jason
Yeah.
destroying everybody.
Sounds good to me. You know, Kane Hire keeps talking about, I want to play Michael Myers. What do you think of that? I don't know if I want a big lumbering Michael again. You know?
Honestly, like I would like if they needed another Jason, let it be like Derek Mears or something. Because I don't
Yeah.
love the remake, but I don't hate it. Derek Mears wasn't the problem with the remake. Derek Mears was outstanding in the remake. So let Derek Mears come back and be Jason again. He'd do a really awesome job.
Yeah, he was the best part of it. Jason is the only part they did right.
I think if it's a sequel to 6, though, he'd have to slow down a little bit because, like, you can't just have like Jason. He's kind of power walks in 6 a little bit, but you can't have Jason like running if you
Yeah,
do a direct sequel to 6. But you could.
true.
I think Derek Mears is good enough that he could look at what C.J. Graham did and do that.
CJ Graham's my favorite Jason.
Yeah, CJ. That's why I said a direct sequel to 6 because 6 was a really good movie. CJ was a good Jason. Bring back CJ or Derek Mears to play Jason. I don't know how old CJ is now. He probably is too old to do it, but
He's probably too old at this point.
yeah,
But they could. I like the look of Jason in that movie. It's like the perfect Jason look, you know.
yeah. He had a really good look in 7. There just wasn't a lot of other stuff executed well in the movie
Yeah.
either. So if they would have given him like the look that he had in 7, I wouldn't have because like depending how much time passes, like he might be pretty decayed.
So if Tom McLaughlin directed it, it probably would have that kind of style too, being like self-aware and stuff.
Good. That's what I want. That's kind of what I want from a horror movie. Is I don't really want a horror movie like a Friday the 13th movie shouldn't be trying to take itself too seriously anyway. It should be fun.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. It's gotta be fun, yeah. Because they've always been like that, pretty much, you know.
yeah.
Like even the first couple had some silly stuff. They weren't 100% serious.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's never really been about the story. It's been more about just the kills and ridiculousness for Friday the 13th.
Although I do like the story of Jason. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Friday the 13th is my favorite horror franchise.
They got to get
And my
Ted White
top
back. Didn't he die?
Yeah, you have to ignore a lot of logic stuff, like especially with part 2, like with how Jason's there and all that. Like you can't really think about it too hard.
True. Genome
Because
presents. Hello.
like they basically go for that he never drowned, that he was out there in the woods the whole time. But if that was the case, how could he survive out in the woods all that time? And if his mom was so distressed and all that, he's not gonna like try to find his mom or whatever, or intervene in the events of like part 1. But
Yeah.
he'll go to Alice within 5 minutes of part 2. Like, see, you can't try to do that kind of thinking
Yeah, you
on it.
can't do too much logical thinking when it comes to Friday the 13th.
That gets some people mad. But I was like, it's Friday the 13th. I don't care. It doesn't have to be a perfect story.
I kind of look at it like was dead the whole time, you know? Like he died and he drowned in the lake and he came back in part 2. You
Yeah.
know?
But then you got to, if you use that logic, then you got to explain how he's aged and like he's full grown. And then he is
Yeah.
mortal in the first. He's mortal in 2, 3, and 4. So see, like, no matter how you explain it, like, you run into a hang up with it. That's the annoying thing about it.
Yeah, but I believe, but Jason died like in the 50s in the movie, didn't he? Like, because remember the guy when he picks
Yep.
up Alice and the top of a boy drowned in 58 and another in
Yep.
57. So he would have been older by the time part 2 came out.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if he died, you don't keep getting older when you're dead. Like, if you were brought back.
Yeah,
But
I guess
see,
that
like,
is true.
there's no like, you come into a plot hole no matter like how you look at it. So I just don't think about it. I'm just like, I don't care
Yeah,
because Jason's there and I want Jason. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
he's just awesome. Who cares?
Yeah.
What do you want? Is that what do you want to see? You want the sequel to part 6, basically?
Here's a direct sequel to part 6 with Tom Matthews back, with Derek Mears playing Jason. Set it in the winter and have it in the snow.
Into
Would be
winter,
cool.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Because you don't get that. Like, I just watched Wrong Turn 4 a couple weeks ago, and it's so cool. Like, when you have a movie set in the winter and you have like kills and stuff in the snow, like, it would be hard to shoot the movie, but like, you just don't see that, and that's such a cool thing to get.
Sounds good to me. I'd like to see that. I want to see some blood in the white snow.
And just give a lot of kills.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Bring it on.
And it's Friday the 13th. It's easy to write the story, but that's kind of what I would want because, like, I don't want anything that messes with the continuity of the first 4 movies and really part 6 either because I love that one. The ending of part 6 gives you a perfect place to start from. And
Yeah,
if you erase 7, 8, 9, and 10 from continuity, I don't really care. Like, those, I don't care if you
especially
erase those.
especially those last 2.
Yeah, like there's loosely any continuity by the time you get to Jason X and Jason goes to hell anyway.
Yeah,
So
out the window.
continuity just goes out the window anyway. So if you erase those movies, you're not really losing anything.
What are your thoughts on Freddy vs. Jason?
I like it, but I don't love it. Like, if I'm looking at it as a Freddy movie, I like it, but like I don't really like how Jason's handled in the movie. Like with him being afraid of water, and I feel like
Yeah,
Freddy puts up an unrealistically good fight in the real world at the end because I feel like if you think about like Elm Street 1 and then Freddy's Dead, when Freddy comes out in the real world, like how he gets whooped in those instances, like he's not going to stand a chance against zombie Jason in the
I
real
know.
world.
That's true. He
Like
has
that
a tough
always,
time with Nancy and stuff, and
yeah, like he isn't beating zombie Jason because Freddy basically wins that fight for the most part, and then Monica Keena saves Jason. Is kind of how it ends up going. And I
yeah,
don't love a lot of the CGI in that movie. Like they have some really bad CGI on some of the kills in that
yeah.
movie too.
That's an unfortunate part that it took place at the early 2000s, and they used a lot of CGI and horror at that time. Unfortunately,
It does have that one kill that's really good where he stabs that guy and like bends the bed up on him. That you get
yeah,
that.
that's awesome.
It's kind of funny. That's the best kill in the movie, and it's like the first kill in the movie, pretty
Mm.
much. It's one of the first ones you get, but I think it's definitely the best kill in the movie. But I like Freddy versus Jason. It's a fun watch.
That's the thing. It's just fun, you know. You can't take it too seriously, though.
I mean, you get to see Freddy and Jason fight each other. Like you're lucky you ever even got that movie.
Right? It was in developmental hell for like 10 years.
Yeah. And it's
Mo-
so hard to do a story and bring them together. Just the thing that annoys me with that movie is I hate knowing that Ronnie Yu never watched like a Jason movie because
Yeah.
like it shows like the fact that he
That's
wasn't
the
familiar
problem.
with the franchises really showed. So I kind of wish that they would have got a director that really knew the properties because like that just makes me mad because I feel like if they're directing me, if I'm directing a movie and it's a sequel, the most basic thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back if I haven't seen it and at least watch all the movies and take some notes and
Yeah.
stuff.
I know.
How you going to like direct it
He
and
did his
never have seen
homework,
it?
especially taking on two iconic characters with all that history, and you're just gonna like do your own thing. Come on.
Yeah, that's just like basic, like doing your homework, being like a professional at your craft.
Right.
Like that's like research. Like that was his job, and he didn't really do his job. Even though I think I like Bride of Chucky. I think Bride of Chucky's a pretty good movie. He does a good job on
Yeah.
that one.
But like you said, that sticks out like a sore thumb. The Jason being afraid of water thing. It's like, yeah, obviously you didn't watch the other ones.
Because if you watch the other ones, he goes in the water to get the girl on the raft in part 4. He's in the water the whole last act of 6. He drowns that one girl in the water in part 7. He swims all the way to Manhattan in part 8. Like Jason is not
Yeah,
afraid of going in the water.
I know he has a whole fight with Tommy in the water one at the end of 6.
Yeah, like he doesn't even hesitate. He goes in the water after Tommy and doesn't hesitate at all. But like he just didn't know the backstory. It's like, oh, Jason drowned in the water, so he's afraid of the water. But
Yeah,
that's not actually how it goes. Like if you watch the movies.
yeah. Anyway, it's fun one. It's just for fun. That's about it.
Yeah. The only movie in the Friday franchise that I don't really like is Part 8. I don't really like Part 8. I don't know, like the Jason teleporting and the kid Jason visions and all that. All the other ones are watchable for me. Even Part 9, just I don't really like Jason Goes to Hell as a Friday movie, but like as just like a regular horror movie, it's a solid watch.
If it wasn't a Friday 13th movie, maybe I would like it.
Because it's got good gore and some good scenes, but like the worst scenes in the movie are almost like what I don't like the last act when Jason gets reborn. Like that last fight is kind of disappointing
Yeah.
and all that. Like Jason just can't take care of Steven and all the dagger stuff and all that. So like the middle of the movie, you get like the tent kill when he massacres everybody in the restaurant and the police station. Like Jason Goes to Hell actually has some pretty good moments in it.
I liked a couple moments in part 8, like, when he punches the guy's head off.
I already knew you were gonna say that. Take your best shot, motherfucker. Then punches his head and it flies off and lands in the dumpster.
That's
Oh my
funny.
god, I love that. I love that kill so much.
That's classic.
Yeah, that movie has a couple. It has a couple good moments in it.
But overall, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. And I don't even have the problems that most people have with it. Like I like the boat setting. It's like it's a contained, isolated setting. You're trapped on the boat. You can't get off with Jason. Like that's a good concept. But
Yeah,
it, how Jason teleports in that movie just makes me mad because like
bad.
by
Yeah.
like 5 times he gets somewhere where there's no way that he could get there other than teleporting. And to give you an idea of how noticeable it is, when my wife watched that one, my wife was watching all the movies, and I didn't say anything about it before we watched it. And then she was like, "Why is he teleporting? That's stupid." And so, like, someone that casual can pick up on it, it's a problem.
Yeah, true. So, last thing, I just want to pick your brain a little bit before we wrap it up. What do you want to see from Halloween Kills?
I think I really liked 2018 a lot. I didn't have too many problems with 2018. My biggest problem with 2018 was kind of the ending. I feel like the ending was kind of pointless because, like, she spent all that time to prep her house. None of them died, and Michael just basically escapes. I feel
Hmm.
like with 2018, they tried to do two's ending, but like they had no balls with it.
Yeah,
Like, I want to see them like take a chance. Like, I want some stakes. I want to see them like kill Lori or kill like Judy Greer's character. Like, I want to see one of the, and I don't think they would kill Allison. I want to see them kill one of those. I want to see Myers like take out. They can wait till the end, but I want to see like one of the main characters taken out. And then just as a nitpick, I want Cameron to come back into the movie and get killed because I hate that fucker. The one
that
who
guy,
the boyfriend who threw the phone in the punch, like he
just
didn't
to
get
see him
killed in
die. Yeah,
2018. He's gotta die
he's gotta
in this
die.
next movie. You gotta let him die. What do you want to see from the new one?
Yeah, I agree. You're right. Some stakes, some balls. Absolutely.
Because I
Yeah, I
love the
mean,
Myers
it's I
portrayal and I
love
love the kills.
I love Jamie Lee, but it's gotta come to an end at some point. She's getting old. It's time to let her go. She had her big comeback in Halloween 2018. You can have her through a good part of this one, but I think it is time to let that character go.
And they're not related anymore, so there's no point. You don't have to keep her around in the story. And the final act, I feel like they had the right idea for most of the
Yeah,
movie. That Lori was hunting Michael, and Michael wasn't hunting her. But I feel like it got really contrived at the end of the movie, and they used like the Sartain twist to put Michael there, so like he
yeah,
would have to fight Lori. Like, just have stop. Like, he does not have, just because it's a Halloween movie, he doesn't have to go after
I
Laurie
know.
Strode.
That's another thing I would like to see him in kind of a different environment, not Haddonfield every single time. I
Yeah,
actually thought it would have been cool to have him go to a different location, a different town with different people, different characters, and then
yep,
maybe have Laurie be like a Dr. Loomis type character, like she sees killings about going on in the news, and she knows it's him, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta do something. I gotta go after
yes.
him."
Stop beating Haddonfield to death. Yeah, like a change of scenery would be
Yeah,
really cool as well. Because they only did that one time really, and that was with H2O, and that wasn't
right.
well executed with not the movie, but like the setting of H2O wasn't really super well executed in that
Yeah, they
movie.
didn't really utilize it much.
And that was the one time yeah, I think a change of setting would be good. Did you hear they had some test screenings for the movie already and they were pretty positive?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
like Slash and Cast and I think a couple other people did a video on that. They just did test screenings and then people were telling what they thought. And usually horror movies get bad test screenings, but this one has good test screenings already. Just don't give me a weak ending again, because like
Yeah,
my fear is that since we know another movie's coming, they're gonna give a really like weak like Death of Myers, like a really weak ending, kind of like they did in 2018. Like, give me a
yeah.
decent, end of the story.
I would like to see Michael triumphant. How about that? Where there's nobody left
Yep.
but Michael. Have him be like triumphant at the end and
Yeah,
kill
let
them
him
all.
like let it give it the dark ending and make it look like he's the winner, like the second act of a trilogy. Like
Exactly.
let
Yeah, exactly.
my
Like Empire
yeah,
Strikes Back.
just don't give me just don't give me a bogus ending like 2018 again. Like,
Yeah,
give me like Michael wins or like a main character dies. Like, give me some
yeah,
behind the ending. It's like the more I watch 2018, the more I don't like that ending. I was like, oh, so your grand scheme was to lock him in that place and burn it down. Like the first time I saw it, I was like, he could easily escape that. Like, come on. Like as the house collapses or whatever, he could get out. Like it's not inescapable. So like I want something better than that this time.
I also think it's kind of funny how they want to erase part 2 from the memory, but then look at all the nods to part 2. Look at how you ended it.
A
Like
lot of
part
people
2.
A lot of people are speculating that this next movie could take place like in the because I think they already confirmed the hospital's going to make a return in one way or another,
Yeah,
Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. So I would actually love to see that again. Like how I don't really want necessarily the whole movie there, but like part of the movie he's in the hospital going after Lori or whatever and killing people in the hospital. Like I wouldn't mind seeing that again. I love the hospital setting and too.
yeah,
More horror movies should be set in the hospital. Like that's an interesting setting.
yeah. I think that would be cool. I think it's pretty cool that they have a couple of the original cast coming back, like Kyle Richards and Sheriff
Good
Brackett.
Yeah, good continuity. That's what sequels need, good continuity
Yeah,
with the earlier movies. And then they're supposed to have like 70s flashbacks, like 78 flashbacks.
I'm
I don't know
curious
how.
about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for them to mess that up. So they better be careful with that.
That's the thing. You start playing around with a classic,
Because
You
it's
better do it.
hard to do,
You
depending what
better
you
do it
try
right.
to do. It's hard to make it look like it's Haddonfield in 78. And if you're trying to mess with characters, it's hard to make people look young like they're supposed to. Like
Mm,
don't mess with that first movie too much.
right.
Right. That's how you make a bad sequel. You really mess with that's how you make a Halloween Resurrection. You start messing with what the previous movie did and you
Right.
screw it up. That'll get fans mad in a hurry. But from the test screenings, they didn't do anything like that. Like the scenes from the 70s were well done and stuff. From what I don't know any spoilers or anything, but I just know people's general thoughts on that. And that leaked script that everybody was talking about was a fake, was what everyone
Oh,
said.
that was fake.
Which I
Oh,
knew it. Like I knew it was like no one has that script. Like that's just people trying to get attention and stuff.
yeah. Trying to start shit.
Yeah.
And it's easy to start stuff with the Halloween fan base,
Yeah, they're so
Such
passionate and they're
hardcore,
so hardcore. Yeah,
hardcore
I know.
people.
I'm more of a Jason guy, but Halloween and Michael Myers are my number two. I like the Halloween movies a lot too.
Mm. I love all the major franchises, absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, I grew up on the major franchises, so I love them. I gravitate towards them. I love them the most.
It's like part of me never wants them to end. I want them to keep going, but then at the same time, the logical part of me doesn't.
Yeah, because the more movies you make, especially if you try to keep continuity, the more of a chance of like a Freddy's Dead or a Seed of Chucky or
That's the problem.
something
Like
like
we
that.
don't need that.
That's the last thing you need. So like every time they make another one, I'm kind of happy and I'm kind of scared at the same time because
Yeah,
there's
you
always
worry
an
about.
opportunity for a failure. But I don't think the last two Halloween movies will be that way. I think they're going to be awesome.
We'll have to wait and see. I can't. Definitely looking forward to it though. I'll be there opening night for sure.
Yep, me too. And I'll probably see it twice in the theater. I saw 2018 twice in the theater. I don't hardly ever do that, but like if
Yeah,
it's something, I saw Star Wars twice. Rise of Skywalker. I saw that
yeah.
twice in the theaters. If it's a movie I'm really passionate about, I'll see it twice. So I'll probably see it right when it comes out, and then a week or so later, I'll probably see it again.
I'll be honest. I was like you said, disillusioned with Star Wars for a while. Like I was so done with it. I'm tired of seeing it everywhere we go. All the stores, all the malls, freaking.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
too much.
tired of Star Wars being everywhere. But that movie got me interested again. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I liked Rise of Skywalker. I thought it was a fun movie. I can't wait to own it on Blu-ray whenever it comes out.
Me too. I really
I'll be
enjoyed
getting
it.
that. I'll be getting that the day it comes out.
Hell yeah.
You about ready to wrap this up? I'm starting to
Yeah, I
get
think we
tired, and you're an
got
hour ahead of me too.
yeah. It's getting late on your end, I would imagine, huh?
Yep, it's been fun streaming with you. Maybe we can, in a few weeks or something, maybe we can meet up again, do the Maniac remake. That'd be fun. So, do
That'd
you
be
own that
cool.
one?
Yeah, I have to
Yeah,
buy
that'd
it
be a
though. I
cool
don't
idea
have it.
for another stream. Like maybe sometime like late February or something. Maybe we could stream the Maniac remake. Because now I have a real hunger to talk about that one some more now.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do
Okay.
that.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We had a ton of people tune in to the stream.
Yeah, we got an awesome turnout in the chat. Very happy about that. Thank you, everybody in the chat who watched us tonight. Thank you for everybody out in YouTube land watching. And thank you to my guest, Derek's Horror Corner. Like I said, I got the description down below, the link to his channel. So everybody check him out, subscribe to his channel. Great content. And thank you so much, Derek, for joining me tonight for the Maniac Live commentary.
Thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
And thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared. Good night, folks.
Good night, everyone.